Most people's problem is they think the pain is the problem. Pain is just a signal that there is a problem, but the pain itself is just the messenger that something is happening that needs your attention. It's how and where we place that attention that determines if we get results or not. So for a quick example, and these photos were taken from different heights. This start photo was about knee height, and then this progress photo was taken, and the camera, I believe, was about just resting on the floor. So even though that there's a height difference, we can see that there's a pretty significant change in not only his center of gravity, but also the position of his pelvis and upper body as well. So let's break this down. Let me reiterate. Most people think pain is their problem, when pain is just the signal that there is a problem. His left leg was experiencing excessive load. The soft tissue, the muscles, the tendons, and the ligaments were receiving more force and pressure on a daily basis because his right leg was not able to support his body, not nearly as well as his left leg. If he were to stand on two different scales, one scale under his left foot, other scale under his right foot, which scale do you think would register a higher weight? Well, chances are very high that the left foot would register a higher weight because that is where his center of gravity is shifted. It's being dumped over and propped up primarily on this left leg alone. And the right leg is kind of just kickstanding off to the side. There's not a lot of support or weight being placed into the right leg. If he thought his pain was the problem, which is what happened for a very long time, he would have launched an all-out effort to resolve why that inner medial knee hurt, why the left foot was giving him significant problems. Again, thinking pain was the problem. But if we take a step back and we look as objectively as possible, we're seeing that, well, wait a second, he's not distributing his weight over both legs the same. That tells us that this left leg, the tissue, is going to undergo more fatigue, more tension, excessive pressure. We are going to have a breakdown of soft tissue function when you massively use one leg different than the other leg. And that's going to result or yield pain. But it's not the left leg's fault. The left leg is doing exactly what it has to, because the right leg is not able to bear load the same. If he would have thought his pain was a problem, he would have attacked the left knee or the left ankle or the left hip. And this right leg inability to actually put weight on it, fully put weight on it, would have just kept flying under the radar for years. And this is one of the major benefits of assessing, is it gets you out of just chasing pain and actually objectively looking at what your body's doing. And when you can be more objective about it, instead of just focusing acutely on where things hurt or where the discomfort is, and you take a step back and you start taking photos of what it looks like without movement, and also what happens when your body moves, which is everything I teach in my Pain Assessment Toolkit, you then get to start ask different questions. It's now not, how do I fix left knee pain? How do I resolve left fallen arch or foot problems? It's, how can I get both hips and knees and ankles to work better together so my weight is more evenly distributed just when I stand? And now imagine what's going to happen when he walks. Each leg has a better capacity of carrying his full body weight, which means the limp is going to go away. The gallop is going to subside. And he's going to start using both sides in shared equal force and tension, which means one side isn't going to continually be experiencing this excessive muscular fatigue and soft tissue breakdown. The problem with this photo on the left, why he wasn't healing, was because he was creating damage faster than his body could heal it. His rate and speed of healing damaged tissue was not nearly as fast as how quickly the tissue is being damaged on just a regular and daily basis. It's in turning the tides and putting the body in a position where the damage is not being created faster than the body can heal it. That's what starts to heal chronic and acute pain. And this is what happened in this specific case study, is we stopped chasing what hurt and we started looking at what is the body actually not doing. And this led us towards actually finding the path that would rebalance and restore muscular function, which then would lead on to better movement. Better movement meant less wear and tear, less excessive stress and tension on one side, which ultimately led towards things starting to move and feel better. But again, it's in being able to feel pain and not just assuming that that is where the problem is. There's so much value to taking just a step back and starting to take photos of what your body's doing at rest or in motion, which again is what I teach people how to do. It's step one in my process, because we can't fix problems if you A, can't see what's actually happening, but then B, track how things are getting better. So if we didn't have this start photo and we just went off of pain alone, it would make the process of restoration quite confusing. But now that we have start photos, we can then take them in 30, 60, 90, 120, 180 days, a year later, and see over time how his function's improving, which then adds up to give him quite a better experience when he moves. If you want to know how to do assessments, if you want to learn the value of assessment and how to read what your body's actually doing, literally the best thing that you can do is get the Pain Assessment Toolkit, get started there. You're going to learn 6 different assessments, some static like this to just gain insight as to what the body's doing at rest, and then also some dynamic motion where you can kind of see how the muscles are actually moving the joints. So again, you can just do more than just chase what hurts. Chase the function. And you're going to find what hurts over time starts to change as function is improved. Please leave a comment with what you think about this. Any thoughts or questions down below. I want to hear from you.